Welcome back. It's a solo e-Dishin. It's more Wizard's Way Out. I know at this point the counter versus what was planned has gone absolutely insane. We're doing something else a little weird this time as well. I say we, I mean me. It's just Brian. I really kind of just flunked out at the end of the last episode of Wizard's Way Out. Felt like my brain had just drained entirely and that I just couldn't go on. I couldn't solve any more puzzles. It was too much for me, guys. And then the next day I was like, well, now that I've slept again, maybe I can solve some of these. But I didn't think I could. I was pretty sure it wasn't going to work out. So I said, I need to make a decision here. Do I play some more, record myself, and hope I make progress, and hey, look, another episode? Or do I just do it? This way it's not going to be online. Nobody has to be embarrassed, that kind of thing. And the actual answer wound up being to compromise in a way that I just didn't think would matter. I recorded the game, but I didn't record me. I mean, what's the point? I wasn't going to have any success. And then I had a little bit of success. So this is going to be the first time of us doing this, this sort of, I know there's a term for it, but I can't think of what that term is, where you've already recorded your play style, or your play video, I should say, and you're commentating on it afterwards. I know Voidburger, Jess O'Brien, does that, or she has in the videos that I've seen of her. But this is new for me, and I'm not really prepared for it. So I'm clicking play now. Now, there we go. Moving Mountains. Okay. So here we go. I'm watching myself play. This is very strange. Oh, the cursor is getting captured. That's good because I never remember to actually do that when it comes to PC games on OBS. I always screw that up. So this is the puzzle. This is the one that we're back at. And when I started playing it, I honestly, it's not like I had a new idea. I really didn't have a new idea at all. It was just that I thought, having had some space from the last time that I played it, that maybe, just maybe, I'll have come up with something. And my mission was to figure out a way just to save some steps and then go from there. And so as you can see, the way I'm starting out here is I am just clicking around. I'm kind of counting various steps just to see what am I left with and how many steps does it take to do anything that I'm left with. This isn't a real attempt to do anything. I wanted to start this way under the assumption that I can then kind of work backwards and go, oh, I can save a step here or there. I'm also trying to figure out, there's something I had to do on a previous level where I would essentially know for sure there's certain ways I wanted to start. Certain things are always going to have to happen a certain way. And I figured if I can combine those two efforts, maybe I could actually beat this level. But this level is hard, like moving mountains. So right here, something that I'm thinking is that big guy at the bottom. I feel like there's definitely got to be some... My challenge is, what the heck do I do with the floating hand guy and the big guy sequestered away by that pit? The second thing I want to do is save steps on dealing with other big guy by himself at the bottom. Because the two big guys looking at each other, that's the easy part. And see, right there, I know I can just take them from that distance. And I'm still trying to wrap myself around the bottom here. And it's funny, just enough time has passed. Like, it's been about a week, I would say, since I actually recorded this gameplay versus recording this audio. And I've already kind of forgotten how I solved this, but I do think I remember saying, I've got to stop trying to go all the way around the world down south. And so here's where I'm trying to see how many steps is it going to take me to bring this floaty guy down, align with this pit, and just launch him at this lonely giant. Because also in my head already or soon is the realization I don't have to pass by that bottom pit to take care of the two guys on the left. And I can remember the pool option to take care of big guy at the bottom, like just to save some of these extra moves. And I see I'm struggling already. And I remember it didn't start out well for me. I remember thinking to myself, yeah, good thing this is just an OBS recording and not me, because we're getting nowhere. And so you're wondering, does he actually get somewhere? You know that I have already said that I did end up beating this level, but how far did I get? That's the real question. And we will have to see. One thing that is kind of weird that might lead this video getting chopped up a bit, which is fine because it's about an hour long, a little over on the raw footage here, is I'm able to take a little more time thinking and not moving. Giving myself that concentration. You see me trying to... I don't know why I just did that big circle. I think the big circle is me telling myself a hand guy is the only big problem here. So what if I get rid of that big guy by pulling him into the pit? Where do I use hand guy then? Do I use hand guy at the bottom and then make a race down to get the left guys? Maybe. But here's where I'm starting to think of the number of steps that I'm taking. I'm constantly going around this platform, thinking that maybe just tossing it up to the top isn't the right answer. What is the right answer? So let's see, I'm pulling him in. Nope, I'm going back to an old thing I had tried before. Yeah, so see, now I'm going to bring that down because I realize that'll save a step. And I'm wondering, do I have enough steps to possibly bring hand guy down, get around him, and launch him into other big guy? I don't think I have that option exactly. So that's why you're not seeing a full reset. So here I'm going to see how close. Oh, and that's when I see 3 steps. Oh, it's one. Well, it's more than one off, but so much closer. Like that was the closest I ever got to beating this level at this point, I think. Because it's been even longer since I did the original episode, so I don't know. So I'm thinking like, I can just pull him up, and now look, instead of 10 moves, I would have 12, except for, oops, nope, I forgot, I still have to push that thing out of the way. So it's pretty much the same position as before, so that's frustrating. But I am playing this level suddenly a bit more consistent. It's like I know that I'm on to something. Now if I could just put it all together. So yeah, I'm taking them out right away because I don't care about them. Like they're easy. They're not a question. What about this box though? I keep wondering. It's just in the way. If I pull hand guy down, it's still going to be in my way. This box has to go somewhere. But I'm also realizing I'm already at 9 moves here. I haven't saved any steps. So now what am I thinking? Do I have a way to save some steps here? Oh, why am I doing it this way? Yeah, see, now I'm starting to think, if I pull this, maybe that'll save me some steps coming back up. And I decide, oh, let's restart right from the get-go. And now I'm not so sure I just want to toss that up at the top. I mean, I did it, but now I'm just not so sure. For somebody who likes puzzle games, yet has never been good at them, I am surprised how positively I feel about this one. It reminds me a bit of Color Grid, which we played on Addle-Plated, in that I feel like it just gets to it. They got a little story going on here, you know, but it doesn't get in the way of the game. And of course, the art style is great. The music is great. The level design, as somebody who doesn't know what it takes to build levels, my God, this seems like masterful work. The screen never has to scroll. Everything you see on each level is just right there on one page. And then they're jerks and they just give you a super small number so dummies like me can't figure it out. And yet, I mean, this is level 26. If I recall correctly, I beat level 27 because I was able to skip ahead, but something new was introduced there. And there's something that happens with games like this where Color Grid did this as well. You get a new mechanic, and then the next episode, the next level or two, wind up being somewhat easier because of that. Now I'm just sitting around. Like, there's a good chance because I wasn't recording my own audio at the time, there's a super good chance that I just like get up and grab a glass of milk or, you know, something like that. So, luckily nothing I'm saying is too super important. So that can be cleared out. Now I'm looking, I'm like, nope, this is not the way. And what I wanted to do right there is I just wanted to confirm with the platforms, they seem to run through people to the wall. I just wanted to make sure the jar didn't do the same. And it didn't. It stops and breaks after it hits one person. Because of course it does. It's a vase. Yeah, so see, this is me going back to this little method here. Oh, but look at the lack of steps. What, oh, what am I gonna do? Arg. It's back to just, I can get him down there, but that's it. There's got to be something more. There's absolutely got to be something more I can do, and I just have not figured out what. And the thing is, the hints are part of the puzzle in a way where they do give you a really important clue, but you kind of have to figure the hint itself out. In a weird way, it makes me think of You Don't Know Jack, which seems, I think they describe it as an irreverent trivia game. And so trivia, we know what that is. You got to have some knowledge or be able to piece it together or guess. But with the way that You Don't Know Jack delivers everything, it takes it an extra step and says, you can't just hear what we're asking you and answer the question. You have to figure out what the question really is to answer that. The hints are kind of the same way here. It's telling me that toss things that are in the way, which is, I believe, the vase, and then use floating things that can help you, which is the hand. So it's telling you somebody has got to be taken out with the hand to take the hand and the other something out. At this point, I am pretty sure I need to use that platform to actually assist with the necessary steps. And I know I can take those guys out from a distance, but I just cannot figure this box out. And nope, if anything, I'm just ending up in slightly worse positions. But I'm looking. I'm looking. And here I'm questioning myself. Am I wrong? Do I really just want to push this up to the top? And I'm like, yeah, I could just toss that guy. Hey, what if I pull him here and line him up with this guy? Look, I can take him out. And do this. And oh, I can't pull him because my magic doesn't work through him. That would have worked, though. If you could have done that, that would have been the level with 3 moves to spare. Just another sign I'm onto it. So now I'm thinking, okay, here we go. Toss him. And after all the time trying to get the hand to hit the dude on the left, I'm starting to think, maybe it's really for the dude here on the right. Or maybe I'm not thinking that. Maybe I'm remembering something that happened in an earlier level when I forgot those platforms hurt the hands if they're over ground and not over a pit. Because that got me in that one very crazy circular run level that I had to do. So I've got some new ideas. I just need one of them to do what I need them to do. Because I'm not questioning getting rid of the vase anymore. For the longest time, I thought the vase was going to be absolutely a part of it. So now I realize I just have to pull these guys in. Oh, holy crap. With a move to spare. And I am just... At that point, I'm just leaning back going, oh God, I finally did it. So we go on to... I decide just to remind myself, how does the rotators work? It's been a couple weeks for me, maybe. Because I do try and do these in advance, which is really bad for the memory and talking about them. So yeah, I just want to make sure I know the mechanics of the rotator, which is very simple shown here. However, I do end up learning some things about these rotators that you don't actually learn in this tutorial level. Who are they guarding? Blah, 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 blah. As soon as the guards let their guard down, I can't read as fast as I think I'm reading here. So the demon rats are talking about these guardians all falling asleep and just leaving people stuck here, and our wizard is more sure than ever we're helping the right people. Key toss. So yeah, there we go. Now I saw this level before. If I recall correctly, I came here to actually maybe move on and just skip 26 for the time being, but my brain just started shutting down. Puzzle games in the morning, not the smartest idea. So yeah, I know that I need to get rid of that hand. The hand is probably going to need the jar, but I don't know for certain. Aha, right there. I just find out, oh, the rotators slip under the vase. I thought it was going to be pushed up against it. That just changed everything. You didn't see that in the first rotator level. I was curious what would happen if it bumped into me, and so I was able to confirm it does stop. I'm also trying to think a little bit more advanced here. At this point, I've realized with these levels, we're deep enough into the game that the first thing you see you can do is probably not going to be the thing you should do. Seems simplistic, but I'm going to use this key, take out hand in the hole. But I know I can't use the key to hit floaty guy when he's over a pit. Because you get rid of floaty guy, but you lose the key. And I'm thinking there's only so many steps. Do I line up floaty guy with that arrow? Do I bring floaty guy onto land? I actually felt like this time, facing it with a much more clear head, that I could pretty reasonably sum up what needed to be done. It was the placement that I was unsure of. And I believe I was trying to find out if... I don't remember if I did it here or not. At one point, I believe I was trying to figure out if you can cause a vase to pass by a... how do you want to say it? Pass by the rotator like it can a pit, or if it's just going to immediately react to the rotator being there. So you can't pass something over it. A key can be lethal when launched, but I looked at it earlier. I didn't read it then. I thought I was going to read these lines, but it's just not working out for me. So this is the first time that I've moved the rotator out of its position. Because I know it has to kind of eventually go there anyway. Or so I think. I don't know if I've come to the conclusion that the rotator is really more of a step saver than anything else. And so yeah, now I'm starting to think maybe I need to worry about where this hand is and what I'm going to do as a result of that. So you see, I'm trying to think, what do I line up first? And so I'm going to maybe line up this rotator and then the key. No, because I really want that key to take out that hand, don't I? Maybe I want this stuff in a different position. Yeah, I'm still dead set on using the key against the ground enemy here. But I'm starting to feel like I know that's wrong. I'm thinking maybe I do line up the jar with the hand guy, but I also know that's going to take moves. Moves are a precious, precious resource. We're going to do that here. I gotta do something with this key, too. Bring it over here, I guess. Now I see, oh, look at how few moves I've got. That's not going to work. And the door gets mad at you. Yeah, I really want to toss that jar into somebody. I'm not willing to abandon that jar just yet. But I wonder if I really need that platform in the bottom hole now. Maybe I'm wasting all kinds of moves doing that. Maybe I'm trying to work this puzzle backwards. Can I do two things at once, I'm wondering there? But I'm not sure. Nope, that can't be it, I tell myself. Because now I'm thinking all about the floating guy, the rotator, and the key. And it occurs to me, oh, how am I going to take out the hand in the ground? I have to see the whole board. That's what's missing. But I also am kind of refusing to be stuck right now. I don't want that. Clearly just doing wasteful moves here because I'm just curious about something. So I wanted to see, hey, I know it'll go under a jar. Will it go over a pit and under the platform? Well, it turns out it doesn't survive the pit test. So we don't really know about the platform. As I'm watching this now, I'm surprised that I didn't do that earlier. Find a way to just use floater against the hand. And I'm realizing that maybe that's what I want to do, but I have to figure out the right order to do it in. Lining up the key and that. But I just saw I can't move that through the key. Now I don't want to launch that key just yet. And how am I going to take out this hand? Oh, wait. That would work, but I need to be in a different spot. Oh, yeah. I don't need the key to wait till I'm done. Holy crap. And look at all the moves I had left over. 3 moves. That doesn't happen often in this game. Rotating reality. Now this one, I really liked this puzzle because I feel like without reading the hint yet, it's so obvious what needs to be done. And so it felt just like it was just me piecing together how to actually accomplish that task. The tricky part here is the position of the vase and the position of the platform. That's what I end up finding the hardest to work around at first on here. So you're going to see a lot of experimenting as a result of me just not being sure what to do with them. Also, a little sort of false sense of security situation because the answer of what you do with those rotators being as obvious as it is, in seeing 22 moves, that's not a problem. And then realizing, okay, actually maybe the movements through this large area is going to be tighter than expected. Because as you can see, I cannot stand on a rotator. Just like a platform, just like a vase, it's an object that's there. Objects will be launched by rotators regardless if they are pushed or pulled onto them. I remember reading that, and I remember thinking to myself, oh, I never really thought about pulling something onto a rotator. And that's mostly because, for the most part before, rotators would have just been pointing in the direction that I would have been standing. But now that we've got 3 different directional rotators on here, it really changes up the math. Right off the bat, I do recognize the big challenge that comes with what are my steps going to be for the first move on these rotators. I recognize them as a problem or a puzzle to be solved within a puzzle. And then I'm just reminding myself, yeah, I do need the platform. The platform is not a red herring. Sadly. Yeah, here I remember thinking, oh crap, right, I've got to think about a better spot for that up rotator, because you can't nudge them forward. You can't just be like, just go with 2 squares. It's going to go all the way till it stops on something. So now I'm wondering, can I just position this platform right there? But look at all these moves I'm going to have to make to get that platform in position. But now to get around, I got to move that jar and all that. Nope, no way. That up arrow is not where it needs to be. But hey, I finally got one of the rotators on a platform at the gap pointing at the hand. So it was progress. I feel pretty sure that that's where the left arrow needs to be, because I have to launch 2 things at it. And they're both right there, and I can push and pull onto there, so that must be correct. Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, I can't just go around and push the up arrow. It's going to go into the crevice. Now here's where I'm thinking, can you push a rotator on a rotator? At least that's what I think I was imagining at the time. Oh, look at that little maneuver. Hey, that saves a lot of steps. And now that's in place, but I still need to get that up arrow where it belongs. And that's definitely not enough moves to do it. I'm thinking, darn it, man. That was a cool little move I did there. Yeah, now how do I get that? No, I can't do it. I don't want to let go of the progress that I've made so far, so that's got to be where they go. Oh, right, I can't do it through there. Oh, what's this? Why is it showing it can go there? Oh, right, it can go under things. I never tested it on the platform as of yet. And I can move that there, but now what? Now what, I ask you? Uh-huh. And what do you do with the 4 moves left, Brian? You dummy. You big dummy.
You big dummy.
R.I.P. Red Fox. I'm like, oh man, that was so close. Yeah, this arrow really does have to be under this jar, doesn't it? Look at that. But now how do I pull up on the thing? Nope, that won't work. Hey, dummy, what did you just learn? No, not going to go with what you learned, huh? Okay. Yeah, still that move. Gets it into place there, but what about that? Look at all these extra moves I'm making just to put them all there. Yeah, I've definitely got to do something about these first two rotators on the right. And I got to know how to move them and the platform with just enough precision. Now, if only somebody could cheat and tell me that answer. Yep. But look what I did. I figured something out. That's all I needed to do was just remember the paper can go under. Level 30, the penultimate level. What goes up must come down. Play. Alright, so I'm making a big circle here with the cursor because I'm freaking out. These levels have been blue, I'm nearing the end, and now suddenly they're red. That doesn't make me feel good. Don't be too eager to take out those floaters. You will likely have more success taking them out before the very end. That hint, I think I understood what... Let me start that sentence over. I thought I knew what it meant, but I think I took it to an extreme at first. I thought this puzzle was really cool. But there's also a chance, like, you know, that one level earlier, having, what was it, 3 moves left over? That doesn't seem like how these puzzles were designed. So I feel like they were designed more to be like, last move, and that's the one that wins it all. So there's probably multiple ways to solve this. I choose not to think about it too much because if that's the case, it means that it was that hard for me to find all kinds of other puzzles solutions. I remember thinking to myself, this big guy seems like the easy thing to resolve. And that I wanted to use the floaters on the hands. Or, alternatively, use a platform on those, because we learned in an earlier level you can fire them through several enemies. So big guy never really was much of a thought for me. But how do I maneuver and position these crates to do what I want them to do? That was the real question. So here I realized, oh yeah, just bring it all the way up top with me. That'll do that. But then what does that do for me, I realize? I don't know what my thought process is with putting that hand over that pit. Because that version of me from however many days ago that was is not a version of me I agree with now. Yeah, I'm thinking this is here for a reason. But I have no idea what that reason is just yet. Yeah, if I pull him out, I can't walk any further that way, so that can't be right. So I say, so I say. Oops, I say. Should move this first. Yeah, that's the ticket. Oh, but it's gonna go in the pit and not hurt those other guys. Darn. Still trying to figure out the platform. I haven't really thought about the second half of the segments I'm going to have to be doing here. So I go, oh, this will take that out. Oh, that's possibly why that's there. But what about those hands? I want to move this other platform out of there, but I can't. Still feel sure about putting that down arrow right in that spot. Right in front of big guy. In front of big boy. Okay, now what? Huh. Get him out of the way. But there's nowhere to go, nothing for me to do. That's not it, it's just closer. Yeah, now I'm questioning that hint. Just a little bit, not a huge thing. Maybe it would be more accurate to say I'm questioning my interpretation of the hint. I don't know why I did that. I think I was just trying to test and see if tossing big guy there would actually have any impact. It does not look like he's affected by rotators. Now look at this. I'm going to use them on that rotator. Do I have enough moves to do what I want to do? Well, it worked there. 1, 2. Oh, just shy. I'm so close. I can tell. I can tell I'm so close. I just need to figure out the right position for hand floater number 1. I'm guessing that's what their credit name is going to be. So here's me just saying I feel sure about that. 1, 2. Hey! Not too shabby. Bring it on, I'm ready for anything. Click the text box, Brian. Yeah, you. Why did I even struggle in the first place? I will return to school and master every class. Teleportation, fireballs, math. Nobody masters math. It's great to see that you have mustered up some confidence. Just remember that your most arduous trial may still be waiting for you. I'll handle it. Time to show these guards who's the greatest wizard in the realm. Spooky ellipses. 31, believe in yourself. Second to last level. Mission, episode, I call them all kinds of different names. Some guards won't budge, forcing you to bring things to them rather than the other way around. Also, someone should plug some of those holes in the floor. I can tell you I was teeming with confidence at this point. I don't know why, but I looked at this level and I said, I don't think this is so bad. 23 moves, okay. But I didn't feel daunted by what I was looking at. I felt like I wanted to use regular guys against ground guys, but wasn't sure how I was going to take on Floater. But see, like right away, I'm putting stuff that seems like it's going to be in my way. Now, see, I almost brought that up and took a guy out, but I'm like, nah, man, I need to use this. Oh, look at that. I'm already saving a couple steps. But I can tell I'm missing something. And of course, in hindsight, I know exactly what I wasn't looking at, which was that guy. Yeah, how do I save that step? No, Brian. Yeah, I know. I know I need to bring him in now. Yeah, if I can bring him in. Oh, not enough moves there. But I know I'm close, and this is very rare that I'm so close right from the get-go. So I'm just feeling it, you know? Come on, I can see it now in hindsight, the move that I should be making, that I'm not making. Yeah, no, you tried that already, Brian. Yeah, remember? Yeah. Right. There you go. It helps when you remember that move right there. Oh, look at that. 2 moves left. Feeling good for Wizard's Way Out. Level 32. The opposite of level 1, which was Wizard's Way In. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to do it. That's it. If we manage to get through that door, we are free. You got this. One last push. I got this. I'm Wizard Man. Yeah, a handshake seems in order. Do not cross the bridge until you are sure that you have everything you need on each side of the abyss. So for me, the hint there, make sure you have everything on the right side of the abyss before you start crossing, seems pretty obvious. But at the same time, I was focused on the word handshake. Now, all of these guys are hands. Like regular guy, looks like they've got a thumb with a mouth on it. Big guys have like fingers for legs and toes. You got floppy hands sleeping out of the hole in the ground and floaty hands, you know. But I took it as handshake, meaning the floaty guy and the ground guy are the most recognizable as hands. So I must have to use floaty guy against ground guy. What I'm not liking is that I've got 4 platforms and I need 2 of them to cross to the other side. And yet everything's so tight here that it feels like I'm stuck using 2 somewhere around there. And then I remember, oh yeah, I can't just wing that away across the room. It will fall down. It is not a vase. And I mean, look at you get 54 moves on here. That's got to be super easy, right? I say. Like, there is some step manipulation necessary here, I feel like. Because you can't, as much as you might want to, as much as sometimes I try to do, you can't just get those platforms to skip a gap. They're gonna go in. Yeah, Brian, you need a piece there too. I'm thinking as I'm watching this now that there's 2 things I never tried to figure into the plan. I never tried to figure filling in that little 1 square gap all the way to the right for anything. That just never crossed my mind. I'm also realizing at no point did I ever actually consider swapping jar spots. Having the top one used down here at the bottom and then move the top one upward. So look, I've got a pathway and I've got 32 moves left. And look at that. That's right there. So now I'm thinking, okay, what do I take out with what? I know I'm going to want to use that rotator on the regular guy. But now what? How do I get everything else to go the way I want it to go? Because that jar is in a position that I can't just easily get around it. All right, took him out. Maybe I use this jar against hand guy. Yeah, I was just curious what that would do. I didn't think that was the solution. But look how fast 54 moves can get away from you. I will definitely end up spending a lot of time trying to figure out what the right combination of platform to gap is out there. wondering how do I get it back up in alignment if that's what I'm supposed to do. So that's there. He's taken out there. Yeah, I've only got 11 moves, though, and 2 guys to take out. I haven't positioned that jar anywhere proper. Let alone I still have to move the stuff up top. Here's something I haven't tested yet that I'm thinking about now, which is, can you even push that rotator pointing down through and past a vase without breaking it or having it stop? I didn't test it. I could have tested it there. And in fact, I'm going to cut it off here. Now, this isn't the end of this video. I actually go on for about 14 more minutes, 15 more minutes. And to tell you the truth, I don't get any closer. I start trying to build a different sort of bridge setup. But you don't have to see it because it doesn't get me anywhere closer. However, here's what's so funny. I mentioned a thought that I never had before, twice, 2 of them, and I'm actually going to cut the video here and then record me playing the game a little bit more, and just to give this thought that came into my head a try, and we will see, because I do not complete this mission on this playthrough. Doesn't happen. And I say to myself, okay, I've given it my all. I need to bring Rob in at some point. I'm going to have Rob play a handful of the levels off air. And then we sit down and we figure this out while recording ourselves, because I figure he can do it. So we're going to cut here. But the episode's going to go on for just a little bit more. We're going to see if my dumb brain really did have any idea whatsoever. So see you guys right about now. Okay, so I was just doing the audio of my last attempt at beating this game. I made it all the way to this last level. Spent, at that time, probably 20-25 minutes on it. Just felt like I was getting nowhere. So I said while I was doing that, I don't know why I'm repeating myself. I just said I had an idea that I wanted to give a try. I had said these things. I want to recap what these things I said I didn't try were. I never did try to see if a paper which can go under a platform, can it go under or through a jar? I also said I never tried to fill in this gap. And then the last thing I thought was, you get so used to pushing in this game, and sometimes you forget that pulling is the way to go. Should this actually head down here? I hit this dude with the jar. This can go up here. By the time I'm over here, I can drag this across with me. Maybe. I don't know if that'll work. I do want to test something. So obviously I can make it cross that, and I can make it do that without hitting the wall and breaking. So the question then is, which 2 gaps to fill here? I'm actually thinking this one. Come up here. Do a little that. Bring a little this. Now I need you over here. Come this way. You go there. Bring you down. Toss him over there. So I've never tried this. This is my first go at this. I have no idea if it's going to work. This could end up in the most massive of failures. See, you know what? I do have a problem right off the bat. I can't line him up here. However, I think this is still right. What if this has to come down here? So let's do this instead. Now I can line him up. I think. I shouldn't say it confidently because I don't actually know. There's plenty of assumptions being had. Ooh, yeah, because how do I bring him down here? Ugh. You know, you think you've got it sometimes. Do you know it real fast if I restart? Well, let's keep going with that thought. Why not? There's no harm in it. Yeah. Because I was thinking, knock this out. Knock this out. Line him up. Yeah, boy. Making a... Obviously, I have to move this at some point, but I'm going to leave it there for a second. I feel like the fact that this is here means that this is the right spot. Oops. For this to go. Let's pull this here just so it's ready. It's a lot of extra move. Oh, no. You know what? I can't pull that in advance. Even if I wanted to. Actually, that would be unnecessary, wouldn't it? It's 26 moves still to go. But I gotta do some funky stuff here, and I don't know that that's the... Well... Might as well come here and do it this way, maybe. Because, yeah, now I'm... Oh, see, I keep forgetting I can't stand on it. I keep thinking I can. I cannot. Because now I've gone through half the moves. So I have a bridge. Okay, 10. The last time I was here, I still had this guy, like I had a way across. I still had this guy to take care of and didn't know how to. Nope, that's way too many moves. Darn, I thought I had it. Oh. I definitely thought I had it. That is very close, I feel like. But it's all this stuff right here that I feel like could be better. So let's... I don't know why I didn't just hit restart. Okay. I think the jar down here was right. Go ahead and take this in. Go ahead and bring that down. Yeah, I can't pull anything through that. Gap 1. What if... Oh, wait. Hang on. I don't actually have to bring that down, do I? Oh, wait. No, what am I doing? I had an idea and it just flittered away. Flittered? It's a word. So yeah, here. Get rid of him. Have him come over here. Make this gap. Do that. Come here. That's a lot more moves than I had last time. I had 10 or 11 last time, right? Now I have 17. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. I did it. Oh my god. You know, before I read this text, I just have to say, first of all, Kikamura games, like, you know you've got something good in a puzzle game when you struggle and you solve it and you feel good, instead of just being like swearing up and down and raising your fists and pounding it on things and be like, I can't believe that was the answer the whole time. So, way to go for you guys. But there is something that's so funny. We all do that thing. You're watching a YouTube Let's Player or on Twitch or whatever it might be, and you're yelling at them, hey, moron, why aren't you doing whatever? And you always wonder in the back of your head, what if you were the one playing in that moment? Would you understand, oh, this is why they're not seeing that? And I feel like I've gotten that a little bit. But what's so funny to me right now is that I had given up on this. I was going to come back to Wizard's Way Out one more time, like I said, but with Rob. And I came up with the idea that the jars needed to swap places while watching myself not doing that in the first one. And it makes me think of something that happens all the time at my real job, because this isn't my job. This is just fun. So many times, and I feel bad for my coworkers, I can't figure a problem out. And so I get up and I go and I talk to one of my coworkers, and I'm not really necessarily looking for their input. I will accept it, but what's really happening is I know just explaining the problem to them will often lead me to the answer that I need, which means they have to put up with me. We did it. I couldn't have done it without you guys. Thanks for believing in me. It's a happy ending. It's going to be a happy ending, right? No, it is we who shall thank you. A new dawn is upon us. The shackles of our captivity have been shattered. Our freedom heralds an era of conquest and glory. The world shall tremble before us, and it is all because of you, wizard. Oh, okay, glad I could be of help. Sorcery school, watch out, a new wizard is in town. Oh, and we go through the door. The wizard escaped from the prison with newfound confidence and a swarm of rat bugs. And for a time, it seemed as if everything was going to be all right. Little did the wizard know that these creatures were locked away for good reason. The prison from which they were freed was purposefully built centuries ago to prevent them from inflicting more harm. Being master manipulators and vicious conquerors by nature, the rat bugs have no regard for anyone or anything that stands in their way. This sorcery school was brutally vandalized and destroyed beyond recognition, leaving nothing but ashes and rubble behind. Unrestrained and multiplying rapidly, the realm was now doomed to enter a new era of terror under the rule of the rat bug. Oh my goodness. What is this a prequel to Plague's Tale? Is this how that happened? Let's let these credits roll. I can't say off the top of my head any puzzle game I've played before where I have come back to it this many times before. So, I take that for what it is, which from me, I feel like it's meant to be a huge compliment. Oh, man. I'm feeling pretty damn good right now. It's, I'm going to be curious to see other ways that people have beaten some of these levels and how it differed from me, or if they had a different approach to them than I did. Because like even just now, I still didn't even bother to test, can the paper go through the jar? But I wasn't going to in that moment because I felt like it was about to happen. I want a sequel. I don't know when this game came out. I wonder if I can do that without screwing up the recording here. It looks like I can. You might see some funny business on your side of things. Usually we do this in 2 monitors. I'm doing this after work, actually. And some days I work from home. And so it's a long story, but right now I don't have both of my monitors on. We'll just put it that way. Okay, this game's not even a year old. In fact, according to the Steam release date, which usually just means when it came out on Steam, not necessarily when it was first available, this was released on April 24th, 2023, which is ironic because this is its 11th month anniversary today that I'm recording it on, March 24th, 2023. I actually don't think this will come out until April. I think there's a Dishin It slot that needs to be filled that this will go into. But 30 positive reviews, which is why it was going on Bud, Suds, and Duds originally. That's why we ended up doing a solo. I'm going to say something really weird here. I'm glad that this game's not a year old yet. Something that if you guys have been watching Bud, Suds, and Duds here on Joy Boys, you will run into issues. Maybe it's come up on some Dishin Its too, where Rob and I end up loving a game and we see that it's never been reviewed very much, which is usually what it takes to comply, so to speak, with the rules of Bud, Suds, and Duds. And we see, oh, it was released 5 years ago. Let's see who the developer is and what else have they made. And they usually haven't made anything else because that's the whole idea of the dud in Bud, Suds, and Duds. Which is just that not a whole heck of a lot of reviews, but it's always worrisome. It's like, oh my God, these developers knew what they were doing and they made something so good that people should experience. And it just got lost in the quagmire of all the massive amounts of releases out there. So the fact that somebody who does stuff with Kikamura had responded to that first video we did, and the fact that this is less than a year old at the time of its recording, I absolutely have my fingers crossed that these guys have more to do. I don't know what else to add to that. No issues playing it this time. I didn't run into any slowdown or anything, but that could also be because it was such a short episode. I'm assuming there must be like a memory leak thing or something like that was causing various slowdowns. Also, though, I don't have both monitors on. I'm not running a whole bunch of things at once like I normally am, so maybe that's actually what's helping it out. I don't know. I'm kind of jazzed right now. I don't feel like ending the episode. You guys are stuck with me. I did not expect this to be the last episode for me for Wizard's Way Out because I thought I was going to need reinforcements. I was going to bring in my own rat bug for help. I appreciate you guys sticking around and watching. I hope you guys are fascinated by the fact that I had to watch myself fail at a level in order to figure out how to actually succeed at a level. Psychologists, if you're out there, you can feel free to download this video and study it. And I will see you guys with more stuff later on with Rob, with the Pixel Pack and Mama, with others. Take it easy.